this week?
That's a good question, Fish. We expect him, like any other player, to be able to contribute as a team player. We don't expect him to be in the best, just be able to play his role. Obviously, been a big week, a big couple of weeks for him, but his form last week was terrific. He's trained well, so I think he's in a reasonable headspace. But by the same token, it's like any player, whether it's Charlie or whether it's Gary, we just expect him to contribute as a team player.
What's convinced you that he's in the right headspace and that he's
just some dealings I've had with him. Talking to him. Obviously, he's been talking to the doctor a lot. There's a fair bit of contrition there. Obviously, he wants to be part of the place going forward. He wants to. He likes his teammates. He wants to be involved, and you can see that there's responsibility taken, and now he acknowledges what he needs to do. And we've seen through his actions so far. It's only a short period of time, but his actions have been very positive.
Does anything else happen? Anything else happen off the field, like the programs he's been doing, or the club's monitoring it?
He's talking to some different people. I won't go into details, but he is talking to a couple of different people. That's all.
And he's got the right people around him when he goes home, whatever.
Yeah. We're certainly looking at all those things.
And just on the 2 weeks, a lot of talk about that, considering obviously when Charlie and the other players early in the season.
Say that again. What, 2 weeks?
Being away for 2 weeks, or out of the side for 2 weeks?
3 weeks.
3 weeks. And compared to the 1 week, obviously the drinking ban or alcohol about the other players, but some people saying it's a bit disproportionate, but perhaps it should have been longer.
Well, some people say it happened 2.5 years ago and shouldn't have been out for any game. So where do you equate that? So who do you listen to? Which people?
Well, I'm asking you.
Yeah. No, we think it was a fair outcome. Look at the players' welfare. How would you like your son being sprayed on the paper from 2.5 years ago? You look at the welfare of the individual, and I don't think that was taken into account. So I think we've got to look at the whole picture. There's some obviously some action taken internally about what he needs to do and who he needs to see, and look at his programs going forward.
As far as you're concerned as the coach, so does it draw a line in the sand with this whole affair as far as you and Harvey are concerned? In terms of
what, the one that happened 2.5 years ago?
Yeah.
Well, I wasn't here.
But I mean,
Well, it happened 2.5 years ago, so we all make mistakes. It's a reasonably big mistake, but it's 2.5 years ago. If it happened last week or 2 weeks ago, obviously I think it'd be a bigger issue. But 2.5 years ago, for me, it's we moved on, and it's more about the welfare of the person. But obviously Harley knows what he needs to do going forward, and he knows he can judge by his actions.
Rodney, as his coach, are you quite proud that you've come out to the media the way you have last night and really owned up to his mistakes?
Yeah, I think so. I think everyone who makes mistakes, and we all do at some stage, I think us as a nation, we like people to take responsibility, and I think Harley went into too deep about his background, his family, but obviously that means a lot to him, and I think people can see the contrition that's there, and now he just wants to be judged on his actions around the club and on the field. So I think from his point of view that we can put that behind him, but I think it's like any situation, you've got to learn from it. I mean, you just can't hide under a rock and hope it goes away, and the fact that he has owned up and has faced up, I think it's a positive.
He said that his family's going to be there at the match this weekend. Do you think that'll be a motivator for him?
Well, I don't think a motivator. I don't think players will need motivation as such. I think he's just happy to get back to be playing footy, but he's very close with his mum and very close with his siblings as well, and the fact they're prepared to fly to Perth to be able to see him, I think it's just a show of support for him. So.
This is going down to Adelaide. It's still very raw emotion as far as the Crows are concerned. How are you sort of preparing for the atmosphere and I guess sort of the feel that's going to be down there?
Yeah, it is raw, but they've had a game against West Coast and had a game off and the game last week, so they've had fairly raw emotion for it for a few weeks. So I don't think there'll be as much raw emotion, if that's the right phrase. I think it'll be, from what I can gather, it's trying to get back to work as normal. And so from our point of view, I don't think we can sort of labour the point on that. It's about an opponent that's played, playing some good footy. They played very well last week. It's going to be a tough assignment for us on their home ground, so that's the way we're prepared.
You played them not that long ago. Is there much you can learn from that?
They've changed a little bit since then. They've changed a little bit the way they play, but certainly some things we did poorly that game. We'll look at, there's some things we did really well. We thought we hung in there extremely well for most of the game. So, but it's more about what probably done the last 3 or 4 games. That probably gives you a trend of where teams are at probably the last month.
Rory Sloane's obviously coming back for them. Has that been sort of mentioned or looked at all?
No, not really. I mean, they've got such a talented group of players. If you target on one, I mean, he's just a talented player that comes in. So we won't put any extra attention on him as we will some other players. But he's just a good player that comes into the side.
Charlie, obviously coming back handy, but we have to keep him down forwards. It's almost a risk to put him in the ruck as well.
Yeah, we think so. Yeah, we think we're playing forward. I mean, he's just got to get through another test. We'll take him over. We'll take 23 over. So he's just got to get another test and have a bit of a run. And hopefully that he's not 100% yet, but we're confident he will be able to play. But to answer your question, if he does play, we won't play him in the ruck.
If he, given Charlie's injury history and the fact that it does seem to sort of keep knocking him back, if he's not 100% or close to 100% right, you wouldn't risk him?
No, we wouldn't. No, we wouldn't risk him. So, I mean, we're not going to play finals. There's nothing to be gained to do that. We're not going to force a player to play, and we're probably final. You might, but no, he's improved every day. He's getting better, so he's confident. He'll have a bit of a kick today, but nothing too outrageous, and we might have a bit of a jog tomorrow morning and just see how he is.
Jared had his first child during the week. I guess can you give us a bit of insight into how the family's doing?
Yeah, I spoke to Jared yesterday. He's been a bit stressed for a while, I would think, Jared, about a few things happening in his life. So he's thrilled that his wife's well. Another baby's in good health, so he's just thrilled to be a dad. So he'll have the weekend off, and he'll come back the weekend after fighting fit.